Hey guys, what's up? It is Cecily and making sure my audio is good. I see it. Okay. Apparently there are a couple of private investigators in Southern California questioning influencers that talk about Diddy. Um, Two influencers showed up on my feed stating that there were two private investigators that one tried to find one of the influencers. Her roommate told her about it, and the other is Samson. Samson is actually someone that is well known and loved in LA. He's a comedian, and so it's just peculiar to even hear something like that when we are looking at the news and we see that the feds are saying, hey, he is using other people's phone privileges to try to reach out to people on the outside, obviously manage his case. And on top of that, he is now questioning influencers to see, to ask them questions about why they're reporting on Diddy and if they're getting paid for it. So let me show that video to you guys because I'm just sitting here like, I can't believe this. I'm absolutely dumbfounded.
Diddy is sending private investigators to question influencers who make content about Diddy. A mutual Secret Service Samson posted a video of two private investigators randomly showing up at his home to question him and ask him if he's being paid by somebody to make content about Diddy. After Secret Service Samson's video started going a little bit viral, there was another creator that had the same exact thing happen to her today with the same private investigators. This influencer also made a very similar video today talking about how two private investigators showed up at her home when she wasn't there to question her about Diddy, and then they got her on the phone to ask if she was being paid to make content on her platform about Diddy. And then this influencer was sent Secret Service Samson's video of these private investigators asking him about Diddy, and she confirmed that these were the same men that came to her house to also question her about Diddy.
Two private investigators just visited a place I used to live in search of me, and they were coming to ask me whether or not I've been paid to talk about P. Diddy and his connection to other celebrities on my show. Now, luckily, the person I used to live with called me on the phone so I could talk to these guys. They did not immediately disclose that they were private investigators.
So you guys are private investigators who have come to my private home asking about influencers? This is very uncomfortable, you guys.
I don't know why. I'll explain.
No, you're at my home.
Okay, so you don't want to talk to us then?
Have I broken some law?
Absolutely not.
And you have the thin blue, this is frightening.
Now, I'm a big influencer who talks about Diddy a lot, so Secret Service Samson reached out to me to ask me if anything like this has happened to me, and it has not. But I encourage all of you guys to go follow, like, blow his video up, support him right now, and this other influencer that is talking about this. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys the video from Secret Service Samson, and we are going to listen to how absolutely crazy this is. But people need to know that Diddy is sending private investigators out to question people that talk about him. I'm going to go ahead and roll y'all this clip, and you guys let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
So you guys are private investigators who have come to my private home asking about influencers? This is very uncomfortable, you guys.
I don't know why. I'll explain.
No, you're at my home.
Okay, so you don't want to talk to us then?
Have I broken some law?
Absolutely not.
And you have the thin blue, this is frightening. I think, can you guys step away from my home?
Well, we're in a public street, so the answer is no. But we're not trying to give you a hard time.
Why are you here? What do you mean? You're showing up at my house.
We're very nice and respectful, and we will be. I just have two quick questions for you, and if you want to be interested in it, great. If not, I'll have a nice day. We're not...
What is this? This is odd.
So...
You have to admit this is very weird.
It always is, and people always ask us the same questions. I'm happy to explain to you. So
What?
Very simply, we were just hired to speak to a few people that do, have a lot of followers and stuff like that on different platforms.
What, is this about the Diddy stuff I report on?
Somewhat, yes. Not necessarily Diddy stuff, but, people are involved and just stuff like that. So basically, a very simple question is are you paid to influence that's those stories like that in any direction?
No, not at all.
That's all we wanted to know. Because if the company is, they're looking into people who are.
Are you guys gonna pay me for this visit? Like, this is frightening.
So,
like, I'm super. You have to admit, if I came to your house, and like, I thought this was a joke. I thought I have a friend coming over business right now. Like, this is extremely weird for me. I have 100,000 followers. I'm not making any money.
That's one of the reasons why we're here, and that's the question that we're asking. If someone contacts you, say, in the last 6 months, and is paying you to influence in a certain way.
No.
Either one way.
Is it illegal if somebody would have?
So the answer is no.
Okay, I wish somebody would have. I'd
It's
love to be
certainly not.
making real money off this.
Let me talk for 2 seconds. I'll explain to me. Try to make you feel better.
I mean, this is terrifying.
Very simply, if somebody was paying you,
Right.
the company we work for, just asking that question.
Right.
If somebody was, they would just be willing to possibly offer you money to know who and see what's going on. To try to.
Well, they're paying me $1 million. Will you guys give me $2 million? I'm joking. But seriously, this is very odd, you guys. You guys came to my house. It makes me feel slightly good that maybe I'm getting some notoriety for this, but this is crazy.
So again, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So apparently, there's tons of things influencing going around.
Okay.
A huge percentage of it is all bots, not real.
Interesting.
Certain
No,
things
I'm
do it.
real. Anything I report on about Diddy is coming from what other influencers, what news articles, and I'm a comedian. I put my spin on it, but nobody is paying me to do
And
that.
I've seen it, and I like it.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's very simple that if it was the fact that somebody was paying you,
Right.
people who were getting some negative, talk,
Would be interested in, yeah.
in finding that out and possibly going action either against that person
Right.
or
Am I at any danger for doing this?
zero. The only time you would ever have any liability is if you said, "I know for a fact this person raped it."
No, yeah. No, I'm satire, I'm a comedian.
And
you know,
say allegedly.
I always say, like, wow, I'm shocked that I've never had fans come visit me. I'm just filming you guys because this freaked me out.
I'll tell you why. Because everything you do is real. And so many things are just bots.
Right.
So we got a list of about 15 people that
Interesting.
that only post themselves.
Wow.
And we're just trying to find out if people are paying for the story to be
Okay.
pushed.
Got it.
Listen, everybody talks about it.
Okay.
I'm not an
Okay.
influencer whatsoever.
Right.
Guess what? Me and my friends talk about it once in a while.
Right.
Oh, you got
Right, and I understand I'm not looking to spread misinformation, and TikTok docks you very quickly. If I've had videos like, oh, that sounds threatening or this and that, but, well, can I get your guys' information just so if I have something that comes up, I can contact you guys?
So to be honest,
No?
we can't give out our company because
Okay.
they don't want to be linked to anybody.
Got it.
My name is Robert James.
Okay, Robert.
Peter Deegan.
Okay,
And
cool.
we're
This
very
is crazy.
simply- Agreed. And again, we were going to sit out here.
No, that's fine. Yeah, it's my cat Crunchy. I hope my wife is impressed. I mean, I just hope I'm trying to be a successful comedian. I would love, but it is freaky that you guys come to my back door. This is kind of crazy.
I don't know where the front door is.
I know, but even though my house, even though you guys are able to just find me, is crazy. I mean, I guess it's not.
Well, just Google anybody's name.
I guess I just didn't expect anybody was looking for me at all. So, what is this about the Diddy stuff I report on?
Somewhat, yes. Not necessarily do stuff, but
Guys, we found them. These are the two private investigators that went to my old apartment this morning looking for me, trying to ask me the very same questions. These two guys show up. They end up running into my old roommate since I don't live there anymore. She calls me, and immediately I can tell on the phone when I'm talking to these guys, something is not right. They're not letting me know that they're private investigators. They're asking me questions about the content that I put out online and whether or not I'm paid to say certain things or to spin certain narratives. I tell them no, I'm not paid to say anything on my channel, and I start going at them with questions like, who are you? Where do you work? What do you do? Who's hired you? And eventually they let me know that they're private investigators, although they will not tell me who their client is. I got their names Robert and Peter, although they would not tell me if they worked for a larger company or if they had their own company. When I asked them what the company name was, they would not say. When we finally got down to what the hell they're doing at my old apartment, they were essentially saying they were going to travel around to different influencers who are covering P. Diddy and his connection to other celebrities. They wanted to find out whether or not those influencers are being paid. Once they found that out, they were going to pay the influencer, I guess, to disclose who was paying them, and on top of that, offer them more money to make content with the opposite narrative, I guess. Maybe making these celebrities look better than the previous content in which they covered them. I was pretty hostile with these men for obvious reasons because who were you? But it did seem as though once they knew that I wasn't paid by somebody to share this information about Diddy and other celebrities, that they really backed off and said, sorry to bother you. We're just going to go about our day. There's really nothing more you need to know, and you're not going to hear from us ever again. Who knows whether or not that's true? Matter of fact, who knows if any of it's true? So yeah, I think we're going to see a few more stories like this because they apparently have a list of other people that they're going to be visiting to ask these questions. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who's paying these men, but that was my experience, and I'll keep you guys posted if anything else happens.
Okay, so just recap for anyone that may have just tuned in. I'm on TikTok, minding my business, and I see a creator who often she often talks about Diddy stuff too. I can't remember her name. Starts with a K. Anyway, she releases a video about this very topic, and one of my girlfriends sends it to me. She's like, I hope they don't come to your house. And I'm like, what? And so I see Sam, and I know Sam. We're acquaintances. I went to Sam's house for a barbecue. Like in the summertime. So his house is not easy to find. It's not even easy to access. Like if you knew what it took for them to go into his backyard, like that's not like a backyard, but it's the other entryway. It's like an alleyway. I would be concerned too. Like it's not like he just rolled up through the neighborhood. Like they had to really pinpoint that. And not only him, the other girl too. She's a pretty huge creator on YouTube as well. She talks about all kinds of things. And my whole thing is like, why would you think that someone would pay someone to say something about him? Like pay someone? Like that's the angle? The angle is that people are paying influencers to say something bad about him when what he's doing is not bad enough. That's the narrative. And literally over the weekend, like prosecutors said that he is using other people's phone privileges to reach out to people and manage the case. He has those people reaching out to witnesses and other folks. They allegedly have proof that he is managing his social media with his family members. Like, how is this still happening? How is this a thing? I don't get how they're so brazen to go out and seek this truth when every single newspaper has this thing saying that this man is still operating like a business and just doing whatever he wants to do. I am completely dumbfounded.
Good evening, Patriots. Patriots, check in. This is Secret Service Samson. This is crazy. Usually I say I don't make the news, I break the news. But tonight and today I became the Diddy news. You can watch my video. It's on my page. It's got 80,000 views right now. Private investigators visited my personal home, invaded my personal space, asking me if I am being paid by any company to make these Diddy videos. And the answer is no. I'm not being paid. I'm barely making any money off TikTok. I need to be a successful comedian making money, not this crazy life. They visited my home, but this is what is even crazier. They visited another influencer, a YouTuber named Amala, A-M-A-L-A. I just got off with her publicist. They visited her old apartment and actually was talking to a friend who still lived there, got her on the speakerphone to ask her the same questions they asked me. Her publicist showed her my video. She confirmed it was the same two men. Diddy is literally reaching out from jail to try and silence victims, influencers like myself. This is crazy. Please, Patriots, you must help me get to a stadium so we can do comedy shows and music and get out of this crazy life. It is dangerous for me to be speaking like this. I am not joking. This is not a joke. They literally came to my back door. Diddy is orchestrating things from jail. Please protect Secret Service Sam. Pray for me. Lord, help me get to a bigger following so I can get out of this crazy life. I love all my loyal Patriot followers. Watch the video, comment, tell me what you think. I need advice. Secret Service Sam out, Samson for president.
That he has still got people on the case. like trying to intimidate people. Can you imagine all the people that don't have, like, number one, Sam is a white man, middle-aged white man, and Sam is talking to two other white men. That conversation is a lot different than if he would have got with that other girl. I forget her name, Aranza or Mara, something like. She's a black woman, a young black. She's in her 20s. Like, I honestly think that the conversation would not have flowed so well if they had come in contact with someone else, a person of color, even a woman of color. Am I making it racial? I'm making it racial for the in the sense that in a heated situation, in a back and forth, so many things go awry, right? And they were able to like almost laugh it off while they were also throwing in there, yeah, in case you were getting paid, if you are getting paid, like they weren't content. Like the second guy was still saying that, even as Sam was like making jokes and everything. Like they're still inferring that someone is out here handing out money. Nobody is doing that. No one's doing that. People are curious about this. Not only are people curious, a lot of people know a person who's been affected by this. A lot of people are very connected to this case because one, they work in the business. They had a friend that did something. They had a friend to go. This man has been partying and doing his thing for decades. You don't think we all know somebody that's been at a Diddy party? And you here in Los Angeles, you mean to tell me you don't think that we all got our own version? You don't think we all could sit here and fill up a room, fill up several of these books? You don't think we ain't got these books in us? This is the way the entertainment has always been. Some get away with it more than others. Why? I just can't believe that they have the audacity to make this seem like this is all some sort of fabrication. Every news media is saying that he has been abusing other people's phone privileges to reach out to people to try to control this case. This has been going, I think that article hit on Friday or Saturday. And they still came out. Isn't that crazy? Like, this is harassment. Yeah, I hit Sam up before this. I can imagine it'd probably be a weird thing to talk about right now. But I really hope that they reach out to the prosecutors and say something. I hope that they say, hey, these people showed up to ask this question. They don't have a right to know. No one has a right to know anything. No one has a right to show up at my door and say, hey, Cecily, I just want to know if Neuromints are paying you to say that these are really good mints. Have I broken a law? No. We just want to know. Send me an email. You want to know, right? Maybe leave a message, but I also don't have to reply. There can't be they cannot allow him to get out on bail. They can't. That's my personal opinion. I just couldn't imagine. Well, his bail package probably won't be approved since, because of what the prosecutors were stating. But I'm just thinking, like, this is nuts. Showing up in Southern California, knocking on people's doors. Janny said, anyone sticking up for a pedophile, murderer, bully, they are weak. Bet. Free speech outside of bullying, yes. Entire setup is all about making money and bullying. Absolutely. It's all about suppressing little people, throwing money at other people, and intimidation. It's a free for all for only a few, though. I can't imagine that there's anybody that's paying anybody to say anything negative. Let's be honest. There's a lot of negativity out there already. You don't have to create anything. And people talk about things that move them. People talk about things that they relate to. I see the news and I'm like, oh, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about that. Oh, Megan Good and Jonathan Majors, they have an engagement. Okay, that's fun. I'll talk about that. Like, we are all literally just picking and choosing, just like you guys are. Like, we all are in conversations with friends. Like, did you see that? That was crazy. Oh my God, that was so nice. And blah, blah, blah. People don't need to be told what to talk about. You can tell. You can tell if people are faking it. And for all the bot channels and the fake channels and the faceless, nameless channels, those channels, you can tell they have another angle altogether. They don't compare to the people that are literally out here pulling up news articles, reading off the news, right? Pulling out the documents, because I do that quite often. If I get like a new filing, I'm like, okay, let's read the new filing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, guess what, girl, blah, 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 blah. In reading the books, it's like unverified, alleged. It's all of that. It's all of that. Entertainment and educational purposes only. It's not Bible. Like, no one's doing that. That's a lie. I'm so disgusted. I'm so disgusted. I'm sorry, y'all. But I wanted to share that because I knew it would be better to share it live than to create a whole video and lose steam. If there are other influencers that you guys watch and that you guys are loyal to, I would like leave a comment for them or let them know if you know anyone personally. This is something that I think the influencer community needs to know about right away. It's always better to prepare yourself when you know something's coming. To have two strange men who look like Trump supporters walk up on me asking me questions would have me fucked up. I'd be scared. And I would be very defensive. That would really, yeah, that's not the best way to get information out of me. Yeah, you go get, you can get a whole lot of nothing from me. Anyway, you guys, this is wild. Like I said, if you guys are loyal to some creators, you guys, let's get the word out. Yeah, this is wild. Whew.